We still maintain our price target between 180 and 200,000 by year end, and I think that's a cautious price target. By the way, I think.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the latest happenings in crypto. We see Ethereum pump today to an all-time high. We see Solana, XRP, and all other coins under it start to pump as well. You guys can leave a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on if you haven't yet, and go to cointutorial.org because I'll show you guys pretty much everything about crypto, how to trade margin, everything. Go to cointutorial.org and click on the Margex link, or you can click my links in the bio to learn more. So let's start out with kind of what's happening in crypto. So Ethereum hit a new all-time high above $4,870 as Feds turn dovish. Ether inflows resume. So pretty much ETH today broke its all-time high, its record all-time high, and it's pretty much on set to reach 5K. And the last time it broke all-time high, this was about 4 years ago in November of 2021. So that's been a lot of days, right? The key takeaway is Ethereum has rebounded by over 250% from its April lows of 2025. So we did see Ethereum hit like a much lower earlier this year. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell's like dovish stance on ETH is pretty much like one of the key factors. Like people recently were kind of like unsure about what was really gonna be happening, what they were really gonna say. But I guess having the dovish news is a good thing. And Bitcoin crypto market share has dropped below 60% for the first time since March. So we're talking about the BTC to ETH chart, right now we're talking. And it looks like Ethereum starting to gain more market share against ETH, which is Ethereum is starting to gain more market share against is a good thing. We do see Ether markets like further benefiting from the renewed inflows because like US-based ETFs on August 21st, these funds pretty much attracted over $287 million of huge inflows, right? Because we saw like starting like last year, there were basically no inflows because there was no ETFs, and so for Ethereum at least. And then we start to see this year having now over $287 million worth of inflows in just pretty much 4 days. That's pretty crazy, right? Because 365 days ago, we were not inflowing at this market rate, at this speed. So it's a good thing for market share. It's a good thing for crypto, everything as well. Europe is exploring potentially a competition. They're exploring pretty much the launch of their own stablecoin. And the two contenders that they're pretty much considering is either Ethereum or Solana. Which one do you guys think will pick? Do you guys think the EU will pick? So pretty much it's going to be they're trying to make a digital euro on the blockchain, and that's pretty much a good thing for the innovation. The European Central Bank, the ECB for short, is considering running a digital euro on public blockchains. If confirmed, the EU's exploration of public blockchains would represent a significant milestone in the digital euro's development, given that ECB has not financed the technology framework for the project yet. So it looks like they're definitely trying to do something. But whether they're going to go to Ethereum, whether they're going to go to Solana, it's the best guess of anyone. In my opinion, Solana's cheap, it's fast, it's easy for everyone to use. Ethereum, for example, on the other hand, it's more secure, it's better, I would say it's better security, it's built strong, but it does cost gas fees when the network gets congested, right? Because more people are not, if they're trying to maybe send like maybe 10 euros, 100 euros, they're not going to pay $30 in gas fees or 30 euros in gas fees. But if you do it on Solana, you want to already send $1, whether you send $100,000, it's pennies for the transaction. So more good news about Solana. Van Eck files for a Jito Sol ETF, opening pathway to Solana staking rewards. So pretty much Van Eck has filed and launched the first US ETF backed by liquid staking token Jito Sol. So pretty much what the difference about this one and Ethereum and Bitcoin is, Jito Sol is pretty much like a liquid staking. So what they're doing in the back end is they're staking Solana on Jito Sol, and then they're getting the rewards and they're passing the rewards to the consumer. So pretty much the global asset manager Van Eck has filed an S1 registration statement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to launch the Van Eck Jito Sol Exchange Traded Fund ETF. According to the filing, this fund will hold Jito Sol, the liquid staking token issued by Jito Network. There's something similar on Ethereum as well with the Lido staking. This is pretty much just a Solana version. I think it's a good thing. The SEC continues to debate staking. The move from Van Eck comes from Jito Labs, and the Jito Foundation co-authored a letter to the SEC on July 31st urging regulators to permit liquid staking tokens like Jito Soul to be included in exchange-traded products with support from Van Eck, Bitwise, Multicorn Capital, and Solana Policy Institute. And they're pretty much just trying to get the innovation, but it looks like a pretty good thing because Van Eck is one of like the big financial institutions, and it's more of another way for people to invest in Solana, another way for people to invest in crypto in general. Let's talk about Ethereum. So Sharplink Gaming approves $1.5 billion stock buyback to boost Ether Treasury. So if you don't know, Sharplink Gaming, pretty much just a random company out there. What they really do, I don't know, but they're a treasury of Ethereum is what they're trying to do, and they're the second largest Ether holding about $3.14 billion in ETH approved, and they approved a $1.5 billion stock repurchase program. Sharplink Gaming, one of the largest Ether corporate treasuries. So pretty much in the announcement, it authorized the 1.5 billion shares as part of its like buyback strategy. The firm's co-CEO Joseph said the firm will consider a buyback when its stock trades at or below the net value of its Ether holdings. This program provides us with flexibility to act quickly and decisively if those conditions present themselves. So I guess they're just saying that if the conditions present themselves, they will use this buyback program. And it's pretty crazy because this is more good thing. They're pretty much just the MicroStrategy of Ethereum. The MicroStrategy as one of the biggest. They led the way for a long time, right? Holding pretty much just long-term stacking Bitcoin nonstop, and they're just and what this company is doing, they're doing the same thing. I've seen treasury companies on news about Litecoin, Solana. So I guess there's a lot of people are trying to hedge against Bitcoin, and one of the ways people are hedging against Bitcoin, they're going in higher risk assets. Higher risk assets are more risk, but you get more reward as well. Let's also talk about crazy story. A Bitcoiner, loses $91 million in a social engineering, a Twitter investigator. So a Bitcoiner fell victim to a social engineering attack after being approached by imposters posing as hardware support wallets, losing 780 Bitcoin worth at the current price of about $91 million. Pretty much what happened was the Bitcoiner, he had about 783 Bitcoin worth about $91 billion, and I guess the wallet he's using is not very important because I guess the wallet he was using, he went on the internet, and when he went on the internet, he clicked one of those fake links that you go online, you type the wallet name, you type in support, and you call it, but it's not the real support. They call it the fake support, and then the scammers pretty much just social engineered the victim into sending $91 million of BTC to them. And so pretty much ongoing with the story, Zach XBT rules out North Korea as the hackers. I mean, these hackers could be from anywhere, any country, any place in the world. It's hard to say. They target a lot of people using hardware wallets, software wallets. The scam evolves in a lot of different ways. Overall, this is pretty much the update for crypto for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on if you haven't yet. Go to cointutorial.org or click my links in bio for margin trading with a lot of cool bonuses. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace out.